ENRD Leader Event 2012 was held in Brussels on the 27th and 28th of April. The event brought the local and EU dimensions of Leader together, affording participants the chance to meet other Leader actors from all across the EU.
I support the local action group in Bridgend in Wales, and we're looking to develop a transnational cooperation project.
I'm here to extend and build up our international contact.
To meet many friends, new friends and old friends.
It's a great opportunity to meet some new partners and make some new links.
As always, cooperation and in particular transnational cooperation was a key focus.
There's a lot which we can learn from each other. And one way to make that very concrete is, for example, to have local action groups from different countries working together in what we call a transnational cooperation project.
We had this wonderful appointments board with all of these meetings arranged. That was a big focus point, people coming together. There was a real spirit of cooperation beginning to build in the room.
In fact, potentially 70 new TNC projects were launched at the event on a number of diverse themes.
We are talking here with the friend here from a local action group from Czech Republic. We are talking the possibility of having a transnational cooperation project through Leader, where we can make a more concrete project on how better to use these religious monuments we have in our territory.
If we can go to other places and to share what we do every day in our leg with other people and help them to discover new solutions to their old problems, I think it's very, very important. The way I see cooperation as a tool to achieve the objectives of the local development strategy.
And it was the design and implementation of local development strategies which was the main focus of Day 2. A number of workshops were held on the issue, with some important messages emerging.
The point of early start comes out time and time again in the strategy preparation work, in the strategy implementation, and in the monitoring and evaluation.
Planning is everything. So the process of planning and thinking what might happen and what can we do and possibly achieve, that is the thing.
Unsurprisingly, issues relating to administrative burdens were also tackled.
Reducing the burden of bureaucracy, simplifying things, simplifying the administration, particularly simplifying it for project holders, maybe introducing Leader Light for small-scale projects.
But it was the potential impact of a new multi-fund approach in the next programming round which seemed to be of particular interest.
In the last 2 or 3 months, I've heard more people talk about the fear, at managing authority level and lag level, the fear of this multi-fund. Will it actually kill Leader? And I think we need to be taking this forward. We are risk takers. We're here to help and support innovation and encourage that through a platform.
Let Leader be the leaders. Let us start now develop strategies for the coming period where we can include the social fund, we can include the regional fund. And if something will change so it will not be possible to have the social fund, well, then we solve that problem.
And John Grieve from the ENRD Focus Group 4 on the issue gave participants some crucial parting advice.
It's a process, it's not just a document, it's dynamic, it needs to be owned, it needs to be embedded, and it needs to be delivered. It's a real strategy, not a bid, and it needs to be needs-driven.
This year's event was a huge success, with a participatory approach ensuring all attendees felt valued and included.
They were given the possibility to voice their opinion and that somebody has been listening. But also this spirit of cooperation. A lot of people are talking about networking, all these different contacts that they picked up here that they're looking forward to taking home and sharing with their colleagues.
Well, I think this is again a very inspiring meeting, and I would like to thank the organization for facilitating this.
But perhaps it was ELARD President Petri Reen who best summed up the spirit of the event.
As a lag manager in my own territory, I sometimes feel that we are a little bit lonely rangers, waging our lonely war against these big enemies like globalization or urbanization or loss of jobs in rural areas. But then suddenly when we come here in Brussels in an event like this, we see that we are suddenly 500 lonely rangers in the same room, and we can develop this family feeling, and during these days also use the secret weapon against the common enemy, and this is innovation and knowledge transfer between our regions.
And you can find more information on the outcomes of the Leader Event 2012 on the ENRD website.